Hi friends, I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I miss all of your smiling faces and your sweet hugs and your awesome notes and your incredible creativity. But I know that you're showing that off to your parents all right now. We are going to learn about radial symmetry today, but first we are going to read a book called The Dot. Now, a lot of you have probably read this already, but it relates to our lesson, so I'm going to read it just as a review, or if you haven't ever read it before. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn. Her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. So she painted all around it and made it look like there was a dot in the middle. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist." "I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew the line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please sign it." And that's the end of the story. So we're going to create our own dots, but we're going to make them a little bit more complicated. We are going to talk about radial symmetry. So that's just really a fancy art word that boils down to something super simple. So you could think of it two different ways. The first way is like slices of a pizza. So if all slices had exactly the same toppings in exactly the same place on every slice, that would have radial symmetry. And then the other way to think about it is like ripples in the water. If you dropped a pebble into a pond, ripples would start, and then the circles get bigger and bigger and bigger. You could think of it as each ring has the same pattern that goes all the way around. A really great inspiration for radial symmetry are mandalas. So I'll link a few of those examples in our Seesaw activity, but then you can also Google them and find tons and tons more. So I want you guys to create your own dot with radial symmetry. You can color it however you want, use whatever materials you want, make it as simple or as complicated as you want, and make sure you respond to the activity so that I can see all your creative dots. And maybe when we get back to school, I can print some of them out from Seesaw and we can make a giant collage, collaborative artwork with all of your dots that you create. I can't wait to see what you do.